Welcome to another episode of the WallStreetBets podcast, where we talk about decentralized finance and democratizing DeFi to make it more accessible to everyone. I'm Venus DeMille, and today we'll be joined by WallStreetBets leadership team to talk about the latest developments for the WallStreetBets project and community. We'll kick off with top-line market news. Ethereum, the world's second most valuable digital currency, spiked by nearly 5% today and crossed the price level of $3,500 for the first time since 15th of May, 2021. Solana soared 10% on Monday and another 30% on Tuesday, lifting Solana to almost $130 per coin and raising its market cap close to $40 billion. Although Solana is viewed as a direct competitor to the Ethereum blockchain, Solana and other altcoins could also be taking market share and investment money away from Bitcoin due to the prevalence of NFTs and smart contracts. Phantom has been having a good week, and adding to this, Coinbase's integrated support for FTM and Phantom mainnet. Wallet users can easily access and use the Phantom network and engage with a number of Phantom dApps. Social network Twitter could be closer than it has let on to integrate the Bitcoin Lightning Network for micropayments, starting with a tipping initiative. And in another report from the Economic Times, Indian banks are again allowing purchase of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies through their channels, easing curbs that they had imposed on such services. The change in stance happened after the Reserve Bank of India told banks that they can no longer use the regulator's 2018 circular prohibiting dealings in virtual currencies, as the direction has been struck down by the Supreme Court, said people in the know. And in a new database report from the corporate research project of Good Jobs First, banks have paid a total penalty of roughly $333 billion for 6,731 violations, money laundering, and other criminal activities since 2000. 4 American banks top the list, with Bank of America in first position. Now I'd like to invite the leadership onto the show. We'll be joined shortly by Chun Lee, BTC Vix, and Jamie Rogzinski. Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Very, very good. It's nice to see you guys all back here. Hi, Vix.
Hey there.
Good to be back. Good to be back. I like the news. I actually learned something from it.
Yeah, wonderful. There's so many things to distill. It was sort of hard to edit it down to anything, truly satisfying, but it's a little teaser. So today we're going to talk about some of the latest project developments, the project roadmap, marketing plans, events, and new developments in the project communication front. We're going to toss these questions around to you guys. You can all sort of pile into them or go one at a time. But I think as we did last week, have Mirror Protocol on to talk about the stonks and the synthetic assets that we're working with. We'd love to know a little bit more about how you guys see this partnership developing and unfolding over the next couple months.
I'm excited. And apparently they are really too. I just learned that they're called Lunatics. I'm sure I'm like really, really slow to this party, but no, super exciting stuff, right? Like, and they're super excited. We're basically positioning ourselves to be the front end to their technology, right? They built the whole technology to make these synthetic stocks available online. And they're going to help us with technical mumbo jumbo, liquidity, this, that, the other. And we're going to basically be the face to their world, right? So we get to combine, when we continue our stated goals towards bringing Wall Street together with blockchain technology, and what a better partner to have than them.
I also think, too, to add in here, it's been, certainly they've been on quite the ride lately as well. And we've definitely felt from them, a tremendous amount of support in what we're doing. And also, obviously, that's reciprocated from our side to their side. And I think that is also why we're really actually excited to, integrate some of the, Luna, Terra, Mirror assets on their native chain. In terms of adding all assets, whether it be more stocks or gold or NFTs or something like that. But we're really excited about that as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, we've been watching Mirror for quite a while since we started talking about the concept of this project and bridging this traditional finance and DeFi world. And Mirror was just the perfect solution in terms of the assets they offer, but also the blockchain that they've created and speed. It's just more suitable to decentralized financial instruments, which is why it's a perfect fit. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, I was excited to discover how deep the dialogue had gone with them, and to also understand where there might be some symmetry and some integration in some of their new protocols that are rolling out as well. But I can't think of a more exciting partner for this project. We also have a new partnership with something called Dex. Jamie, would you like to talk to the community about what that means?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about the other stuff we're going to talk about. So I'll touch on this one. It's pretty exciting, right? So as we continue to grow, we continue to get these listings on these exchanges. There's centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges, and this is yet another one to add. This is a new one that was just launched, and I'm pretty excited about it because in addition to being an alternative to Pancake Swap and some of these other ones, it has some functionality built in, which you'll have to go read about the actual details of it, but it's got this deflationary pressure built into it, right? So when people use that, it burns WSB tokens, which of course is a deflationary pressure, which is fancy word for the price of these tokens can go up. My understanding has got a lot of flexibility. People kind of choose their own fees and things of that nature. So for me, I'm just really excited to be listed on yet another one. And this is one of several ones, right? Like and I'm sure we'll get into this later on, but some of these centralized exchanges, there's this roadblock where just a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of red tape, if you want to call it that. And so we're pretty close to breaking through to that. And so hopefully we'll start to be able to see some of these other listings soon, but this is yet another avenue of progress.
Wonderful. And how did that particular Dex come up as a partner in this? Like, were we approached by them? Did we approach them?
Yeah, well, actually, one of the guys that's an advisor to WSBDApp, they asked him to help advise with them, so he pretty much connected us and was able to get us on that listing for free. Right? It's a new Dex anyway, so it's kind of mutually beneficial for them, and that's the reason we were able to get it without having to pay for it, and we get a free listing that has this deflationary pressure.
Wonderful. So to get into the heart of today's show, we're going to talk about the project roadmap. There's a new and updated project roadmap that's been shared with the community. This is something you guys have been working on incredibly hard behind the scenes, and there's been a lot of anticipation around this. So to sort of kick off with just the subject of ETPs and the updates around this, Chun-Li, we'd love for you to take this one.
Yeah. So the roadmap is something that we've been listening to the community and developing for the past several months. And we're super excited about it because it culminates all of the ideas and plans of creating a new decentralized financial infrastructure with our partners, as well as understanding what the community wants to see. So part of that includes more stonks, things like more ETPs, more synthetics by way of our partnerships. And then we have something called the Metaverse on there, which we're also super excited about. And I don't know what I can reveal. I'll leave that to Jamie, but our Metaverse partnership will be part of this new virtual environment that allows us to connect more with our community so that we can continue building WallStreetBets and DeFi. And also we're going to have fiat on-ramps, which I think will be really helpful so that we can bridge more of this traditional financial community.
And is this something that people can look forward to in the relative near future in terms of the fiat on-ramp facet in the multiverse?
The Metaverse will come a lot faster than the roadmap indicates. We just wanted to put it out there. And if it comes faster, then, that's a surprise that we're more than happy to share with our community. So keep an eye out for that. The fiat on-ramp is something we're also working in the background.
Yeah, and Jamie, is there anything?
I'm just laughing because, you said working behind the scenes. We're doing all this stuff. Like, I'm kind of tired of working behind the scenes, so I want to just spoiler alert everything.
Do it. Spoil it.
There's no reason. Like, look, there is no reason why there shouldn't be any transparency, right? Like, I'm obviously taking a much more active role in this, and I'll get to different things. But one of the things that to me matters most about everything is not to have like, ooh, we have this little backroom cigar thing, and then you guys are going to get whatever, food crumbs managed to spill down. No, this is a community thing. And a lot of the great stuff that we've built, if not most of it, is because of the engagement of the community, right? Like these suggestions and interactions and improvements and whatever it might be. So I really, there's no reason why we need to hold back. There is no secrets, right? There are some instances. Let's say that we're working with a potential partner. Let's just call it the central exchange of the world. Sometimes when we're working on these deals, they'll say, "Hey, we're going to do this, but you can't tell anybody until it's a signed deal," and then they're the ones that want to make the announcement. So there are some instances where that happens. And there are some instances where it doesn't make sense to necessarily name the partners, but let's just be honest, right? Like we're working on a ton of stuff. The things that are in this roadmap, this Metaverse that we're working on, we've been working with a handful of different ones, and we ended up finding a really big partner. I'm not going to say their name just because we haven't gotten their permission for it, but it's a really, really big one, and we're hoping and planning, and I'm pretty much counting on it being up and running by late September, right, when we're having this Diamond Hands event. In fact, if things go as planned, we're going to have it on. We're going to have this event there, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And so, when it comes to stuff that we're working behind, this on ramp for the fiat, right? The same bureaucracy and red tape that we bump into with these centralized exchanges is the same one that we're we're working through for this fiat on ramp. Basically, we need to have this legal structure around this kind of formalized. Whenever Visa or MasterCard want to get involved, they want to know that they're not working with Chun-Li, with a funny character on it. They want to know the entire structure and the legality behind it. The governments, they're super picky about who can, spend money and take money away and whatever it is. And so all that stuff, like the reason why all these things take time is because of this hurdle. We're going to cross this hurdle relatively soon. Right. And so all these legal barriers to entry into formalized institutional deals will be able to be possible. This includes the fiat on-ramp, this includes centralized exchanges, and this includes a whole bunch of other good stuff too.
That's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
and it's exciting to know it's imminent. And then Vix, can you tell us about the NFTs that have been discussed for WallStreetBets?
Yes. When I was reading that, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Like, I wonder how much I can actually say. But yeah, I mean, the partner
everything.
That's involved. Yeah, the partner that's involved is big, and people it's gonna be easily recognizable. And if you've listened to me over the last several weeks when I've come on, it's almost like I only talk about NFTs, and there's kind of a reason for that. And I think I was, at least, I don't want to like toot my own horn, but I kind of thought, like, I didn't know it was going to blow up this much, but I was like, hey guys, NFTs, I love these things. So,
it's been a slow rumble coming from the distance, like thunder.
Right?
Yeah.
No, let me tell you guys a secret. It's not just when he comes out in public. It's like on these backdoor cigar smoking meetings. That's all he talks about. He's posting in all our like private chats. Guys, check out how much this one just went for.
Yeah.
That's all he says.
And did it get to the point where you thought he might have a limited vocabulary?
Right? Yeah.
He only speaks NFT.
And then Jamie, he's been, changing up his avatar to a number of these, new projects and stuff. So I guess, back up a little bit. So basically, we've been looking at and observing this for quite some time, especially I have. And I kind of look at it as, there's kind of two different models out there in terms of what we're seeing. The one model I call the CryptoPunks model. It's the 10,000 unique NFTs. You have a couple different, classes of, humanoid or creatures, and then you put a bunch of traits in there and kind of spin the slot machine reel, and out they pop, right? So that's kind of the first one. And then the second one I call more of like the rare Pepe model, which is, you take a number of cards that are identical, but you may only do, one of them's a 1 of 30, the other one's maybe a 1 of 100 and a 1 of 500. So we've been exploring that, and we've started ramping up, and we're now, we're basically right there into the design development phase of this entire NFT project, and I expect that to align pretty well with end of September, hopefully. So that's extremely exciting. And I'm just like absolutely thrilled as where the design direction is going with this.
Can you talk more
I just
about,
want to say, I want to say thank you to Vix, because like you're right. Like, if it wasn't because of you, I probably wouldn't have really cared very much about it. And yeah, I started so as I'm a really hands-on learner, right? I can read up on stuff and I get the theory behind it, but I really do appreciate it. I actually make mint some NFTs, and I created like 20 of them and put them up there. And I went into many Discord communities, and they're super energetic, super awesome. Like I'm surprised with how surprised I am with how great that world is. Like, it's right now, it's obviously a really topical trending thing with with a ton of enthusiasm and energy, and the people are popping up their NFT marketplaces on all these different networks or whatever, and it's a really, really positive energy, right? And hopefully it'll stick around forever, but most likely they're going to move on to some other fad. But in the meantime, there's a lot of really good things in these NFTs that we want to build, that we're going to build into for the WallStreetBets community, right? So what this means is these things are awesome. I love them now. I had a week worth of buying and selling and putting my profile picture, and I'm officially converted now. And so we're going to do these design things, these models that Vix was talking about. But when thinking about, okay, but hold on a second, what is WallStreetBets DApp, right? Like, some people are already struggling enough as it is to really understand what it is. And so we're going to be fighting over the next 30 days or not fighting, I keep using that word, really working hard to try and fix that. And so NFTs do actually fit into this model of the WallStreetBets, in that we're in the cutting edge of finance, we're in the cutting edge of blockchain, we're in the cutting edge of regular Wall Street, and we're going to build utility into these things, right? So we'll scope out what the plan is, but essentially we're going to have these tiered things. First, let me just use the word, I think I'm going to use it, and if not, then I'll get in trouble for it, airdrop. We're going to start teasing people with an airdrop, obviously rewarding people that are WSB holders. And this is going to tie into this Decentraland.
Oh, that was a spoiler to end all spoilers. Wow.
That's what happens when I'm being like really honest. I really can't censor myself. All right. Anyways, so we're going to build it into this Diamond Hands event, just in case some people are just now tuning in. So kind of like an access pass, whatever, and then start getting priority for these future multiple rounds of NFTs that we're going to, these what they're calling a Genesis one, and then a couple of layers on top of that. And these things are going to have perks, right? So this could potentially come in the form of higher yield for the liquidity mining. This could potentially come in the form of exclusive events, right? Like if we end up using, if it turns out this metaverse turns out to be extremely popular, we can start inviting celebrities, whatever, and we can hang out and we can put special tags on them and the various social channels and give them recognition. So we're building, we're hoping these NFTs create a superior experience, right? Like, or an enhanced superior experience with WallStreetBets.
This sounds not just super cool. And I did kind of wonder if it was Decentraland, but the fact that you just spilled the beans like that was I can't just like.
That was an honest mistake.
I can tell because you're
I'm going to be a little more careful now as I speak. But
I can tell because you're blushing. I mean, is there a reason to not talk about it though? Is there a reason?
No, it's just, look, I think we just didn't get their express permission yet, right? Like, maybe they'll be off put by it or whatever. But some people are sensitive, so we're just careful about being sensitive to that. They're super excited about it, obviously, because they have this awesome platform. They have a huge user base, and this merging could potentially. I was playing with it right before I got on this thing, and it's actually really cool. They have a casino there. You can actually play poker. You get all sorts of different things in there. And so, what better than to have a WallStreetBets experience on there?
And when we had just a few. Oh, Chinley, please go ahead.
Kind of go into, because the metaverse and like where we're going with it is that we're creating a new financial paradigm, right? So the idea behind having this metaverse environment for our community is that Wall Street has collapsed. We're in the ruins of this former Wall Street environment, and we're gathering there to rebuild this new financial future. And Jamie's going to be giving a keynote on the September 20th at the Diamond Hands event, and we're inviting the community and everyone that's interested in WallStreetBets to join us there.
And is the Diamond Hands event something that's happening in person, or is it a virtual event?
It'll be a virtual event for everyone, and I think Jamie will be there in person virtually.
Yeah. Well, it's cool because I think 3 weeks ago now, we had Harrison Seletsky from NF Trade on the show, and he, is sort of on the front lines of NFTs and is seeing how much is happening in the game development and metaverse development universe. And I recall him saying like he was quite bullish on metaverse gaming being the future of DeFi in terms of where a big profit center is going to be, that's going to really engage people and capture people's imagination in a way that maybe, supply chain technology doesn't have the same sort of romantic spin for the average retail investor.
Right.
Did you want to add something to that?
No, I think that was on point. Yeah, the whole NFT thing, like Jamie was saying, it totally is a surprise. Apparently there's a whole NFT economics and roadmap and plan, and we're very fortunate to be able to bridge that concept with Metaverse for the WallStreetBets community.
And is Decentraland, is it on, which blockchain is it on?
Ethereum.
It's on Ethereum now. Okay. So to speak to this too, before we move on from NFTs, Vix, I know this is a market that you're obviously deeply familiar with and deeply invested in. Can you, because I still am getting questions day to day from people saying, wait, what is going on with NFTs? Why is everyone talking about it? Even though, we've addressed it before, we've covered it a bit, but I think there are still people that are trying to understand what's actually happening in the marketplace right now with NFTs that are making them so popular.
Price goes up and then people buy.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's yeah. Why is there interest in something going parabolic? Because the price is going up, and it's just really breathtaking to see all that happening. And I mean, I will have a little bit of a sober view on things in terms of a lot of this feels a lot like the ICO boom of late 2017, early 2018, and even some of the kind of NFT economics that I've started to see have a lot of this similarities to that ICO craze and era where several rounds of NFTs, the early ones have there's even bonding curves people have developed on how to do this minting and stuff like that. And whether you do two collections or some people do it where every day or every other day they only put out 5 mints or something like that. It's getting extremely creative. And one of the first things I was looking for is did somebody put together an NFT Mint Calendar yet? Because I've been looking for that. That's where I'm trying to piece all this stuff together and keep up with it on Twitter. But I always feel like all of a sudden I see something that's cool and I look at the website, oh, they already sold out because it was 2 hours ago or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And with the WallStreetBets NFT project, how are those being designed? Is it an artist has been commissioned and is working closely with the team to figure out sort of, how to build out those collections?
Yeah. We're working with the team. We have partnered up with just one of these top artists that have released some of these top-notch NFTs, and we're working, making sure we get the design right, the mood right, and there's a whole lot of stuff that people need to contemplate that I never thought was something that needs to be contemplated, right? Because you have all these variations between the artwork, and you need to have it be programmable and blah blah blah. So it's gonna be aesthetically pleasing. I have no doubt. I'm starting to see some of these sketches, and they look really really cool. Personally, I'm focused additionally to the artwork. It's how are we going to make sure that people can actually have long-lasting utility as well. People are, if we do it right, people are going to want to hold on to these forever. Maybe change them for a more rare one or whatever it is. But they're going to be pretty cool.
And which blockchain are they being developed on?
Probably Ethereum, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, we did put out a vote in the Telegram channel on what would people want to see it on. I think Ethereum, narrowly, well, at least comfortably won that vote. However, I guess the way I kind of view things is, Ethereum obviously is kind of the big dog. It certainly gets all of the respect with OpenSea and the CryptoPunks, almost movement at this point. Like it's almost like a religion, cultural experience really. And you see a lot of what I the very kind of serious type artists like Beeple, they do everything on Ethereum. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that no one cares about Binance Chain or Polygon or Solana. I think we're starting to see Polygon and Binance Smart Chain especially try and tackle the more GameFi, Metaverse aspects. And then Solana is really just kind of, I've been following them for quite a while because, this is like all I talk about. But, that seems to have kind of taken people off guard. And, now they're starting to make some noise too. So I certainly have, I guess I don't think I'm an expert in terms of like what chain to pick, but it seems to be that, the consensus is on Ethereum right now.
And it is, I think, still perceived as being sort of the premium chain in terms of, collectible artwork and just, from a developer standpoint, they still seem to love it despite the expense. In other aspects of the project roadmap, Chun-Li, could you talk a little bit about the future of synths as we sort of build out that portfolio and evolve that and add to it? And anything else that you guys want to jump in with in terms of the road ahead for this project?
Yeah, I mean, when we look at what we're doing and what the WallStreetBets movement is, it's creating this new understanding of finance, and what a better place to do it than blockchain. And because blockchain is an entirely different system than the traditional financial world, we have to look at how we can bring these assets like Tesla, Google, GME, AMC over to blockchain land. And to do that, we have to have the supply. Right. And that's why we've identified Mirror as the right partner in this case. And we will have others. Some of you may already know that we're already working with Balancer on ETPs as our next release. But the future of synthetics is really where DeFi is going. And how can we bring more traditional financial people over, and they will be more familiar with these assets that are already trading in their Robinhood portfolio. So part of our goal is to take to bring people from Robinhood over to DeFi. And that includes removing some of that friction that Jamie was talking about. So having more fiat on-ramps, having more centralized exchanges, the support, the bridge, so that we can not only fulfill our roadmap, and which we will, of creating a new financial environment for crypto people, traditional financial people, but giving a solid alternative for people that want to exit the system that they've lost trust in.
Yeah, well, that's so articulate. That's so articulate, and I think it's beautiful to sort of come back to the root of why we're doing what we're doing, and what we came for. And
and I just want to add something because I feel like now we've kind of scattered on different things, and I'd like to tie them together. Right, we're talking about metaverses and diamond hand events, which nobody knows what it is, and then we're talking about NFTs, and we're talking about ETPs, and we're talking about mirror. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, where's the direction? Right. So there is a direction, and here's my take on it. Right, and keeping in mind that I'm new to this crypto world relatively. Right now, I'm much more immersed in it than I was 6 months ago. But in the crypto world, you have like this launch and you have the tokens and you can buy them and stake them and do all these things. And that's great or whatever. But there's just like a lot of promises about what we're going to do. It almost feels like a lot of these crypto projects go to market and then they figure out what they're going to do. We've known since the beginning what we want to do. We've had this roadmap to which we've adhered pretty closely to. But as far as me, Jamie, is concerned, we haven't really launched yet, right? Yes, you can buy the DApp tokens. Yes, you can farm them. You can do liquidity mining. You've seen some functionality. We saw some voting for an ETP. We see stonks kind of starting to come together. You're getting little trickles of it. But as far as I'm concerned, we're going to debut this actual project and its functionality at the end of September. This is what we're calling this Diamond Hands event, where we're going to lay out everything that we've done, everything that you can do, and everything that we're working on, planning on doing to really celebrate the debut and the launch of this thing, right? Like, because now, as far as me, Jamie, is concerned, now we actually have a thing that does something, right? It's no longer just a coin or a token that you buy so that you can stake it. Now it's, okay, now we can vote on stuff. Now we're handling volume, we're handling money, we're designing ETPs, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'll save that speech for that event. But leading up to it, right, we're trying to generate a ton of excitement for it, which is why we're doing this thing in the metaverse, which is why we're launching ETPs. We want to create buzz. We want people to put these things on their profile picture, want people talking about it. You know, I was on the BitBoy podcast. I recorded it yesterday. It should be out in a couple of days. And we're going to unleash a really well thought out marketing plan, which I know that everyone since day one has been like, where's the marketing? Where's the marketing? Right? As if the only thing that matters is the price of that token. Let me just be the first to say I get compensated in that token. So I agree that we want the price to go up, like it's just beneficial, but the focus has been on making sure that this thing has lasting power. Anyone can buy an influencer to say something, but then the price just returns. If we actually have utility, which we have, and we will have fully functioning by next month, then spending marketing money makes a ton of sense. Now let's tell people that, hey, this thing actually works. Go to WallStreetBets.net or WSBDApp.com and actually participate and actually use this alternate ecosystem that Chun-Li was talking about for using finance, right? And we've laid out this really, really exciting, very creative, oftentimes really funny way of getting out our message. And I'm extremely, extremely excited of just basically 6 months worth of hard work culminating in one debut event.
Very good. And the marketing thing has been probably one of the most popular questions that we get. So I think to finally be able to speak to it comfortably and address it is amazing for the community. Can you tell us just a little bit more of like the contours of what the Diamond Hands event is going to be?
So, it's going to be kind of, I don't know if there's something comparable to it. We started using the word keynote because I guess it kind of has that feel to it, where we're going to present all the things that we're doing. But it's also kind of this, let's celebrate and hang out this metaverse and embracing, just celebrating this crypto technology. But it's going to be an event where people can virtually attend. We're streaming this on all the platforms, on YouTube and Twitter, the Periscope thing, whatever. Like anywhere that we can stream this thing out to, we'll do that. In fact, I also want to do this plug. I've been working on, I'm sure some of you might have seen that I'm starting to work on creating a Discord server. I know that there's a lot of people from my NFT adventure. I've noticed that there's some people that love Telegram, but I've also noticed there's a lot of people that really love Discord. So why not have both? So you can find, if you go to my Twitter profile, you can see the link there. We're still kind of building it. We're putting all these, features into it so that you can kind of verify your holdings and get a rank and all these fun stuff. But all this revolves around having this community engagement, right? This metaverse place where people can come together, they can talk, they can joke, they can whatever it is, they can interact, they can do this on all the social channels. So it'll be available on a number of different platforms, and it's going to be an event for people to know all this behind the scenes stuff. Like that's when we're laying out the behind the scenes, right? That's when everything's coming out on the table with real details, all these questions answered. And hopefully get people super excited about everything that we've done.
Very good. Vix, Chun-Li, do you guys have anything you want to add to that, just in terms of the culmination of this project at this moment in time and the shape that it's taking on, and the sort of the synthesis of all of these different aspects of it?
Yeah, I think this is. I'm very grateful to the people that got involved with our project early, and have been supportive over these several months, which is, it's been a little bit trying at times, but now we're finally rolling out our the utility aspect of it, and I think it's perfect that it's all coming out of summer.
Yeah.
I kind of was saying, like, kind of the nature of just the legacy markets and Wall Street interest traders. They tend to be a lot less active in the summer. They're out doing stuff, and that kind of goes for this large majority of people, especially in the Western world in general. So to come out after Labor Day and start to really ramp things up, I think is extremely perfect timing as well.
Yeah, super excited. We've been busy all summer, and we kind of knew that we would be taking the time during the summer to build, and while everyone was kind of on vacation on their boat, cough, fixed. Just joking. But yeah, the timing is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We're so excited to have everyone finally see what we've been working on, and we're inviting everyone, come and join us on September 20th and look at what we've been up to, and at the same time check out these amazing NFTs and the ETPs and the stonks and all these partnership announcements that we're going to be rolling out over the next few weeks.
And have you found it challenging or kind of ideal to have everyone? I mean, the project itself, the leadership is quite decentralized in terms of geography and location, as are many in this realm. Do you find it easier to focus when everyone sort of has their own space and distance, or is there any part of you that's yet craving everyone being in one place?
Interesting. Maybe that's
but we get both. Let me just point out, like, we do most of these things virtually, but we end up crossing paths on at least multiple occasions. We attend events in the US and whatever it is, and whenever there's a strategic reason to get together. So there is that. Just want to add that interpersonal collaboration.
Yeah. That's the thing about crypto. Like, we kind of all work remotely, and then we get together, and it's like seeing your friends and your like crypto family, and it's awesome every time. So I'm looking forward to the next conference.
Yeah, I bet. So we're going to have a new person join us at this point. We're going to invite Meow Meow to come live from Russia with some audience questions. Let's see, do we have him yet?
Where's his wonderful background? He's struggling. He's pushing buttons. He's pulling cables. He's pulling out his hair.
I know it's always an interesting thing to see, like what the technological challenges of the location.
Well, he's like out on the street,
Last time it was literally in the back of his car, and just for those of you guys well, nobody could see him, but earlier before this thing, he set up these beautiful. Oh, wait, I hear something.
Yeah. I'm here, guys. I'm sorry a little bit. Just a little bit of technical problem with my camera. I'm setting it up right now. My friends are setting it up. In a moment while we're talking, and I had to change the spot because some people actually moved me away from that spot, and I'm really sorry about it. But you wouldn't believe me, but I set it up completely. And hi there, guys. Jesus Christ, what a mess of cables I have.
Oh man, this is really funny.
I love the third act entry of Meow Meow.
I love the microphone.
Is this microphone?
Yes, it's a microphone. It's a microphone here. Look it.
Are we doing a weather report?
Hello, my name is Meow Meow, and today's weather on the crypto market will go up.
It's really funny.
Hi there, everyone. Welcome to the part which I love the most, community questions. So we're gonna pick up something. We're gonna pick up something from questions here, and probably one of the questions we got. Да, оставь ты камеру уже. Оставь ее в покое. Все.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna pick
up like walking in on someone
after this. This is really funny. Oh man!
Hey, come on! This is sure to be comical relief, as we said. Okay, there you get it.
This is pretty funny. You work so hard.
Yes, and my battery actually makes me sad today. Too much preparation time. So actually, we got a question regarding ETP early in the morning. And, Yeah, it's
Nice.
free man. Who put there? Come on. So, actually, I don't even know what to say, right?
You're doing great.
I was looking at the questions, right? I was looking at the question, but that Rush actually put me out.
Can you stop a stranger and ask him in Russian if they've heard of Wall Street Bets?
Okay, I'm gonna ask my one stranger. Give me a second.
Yeah, let's
He's
forget
not
the
a-
questions.
okay,
Forget the questions
he's
from the audience. I want questions from the Russians.
You know what's funny? What we're gonna do? I actually can't find the stranger right now because it's midnight here. So I'm gonna grab my technical guy and say that he's a stranger. Okay, Иван, иди сюда, выкинь сигарету. Иван, слышали ли вы о WallStreetBets? Слышали ли вы о WallStreetBets?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So you heard of WallStreetBets, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
Very
Now
good.
get out.
All right, we're good.
Off to the races over there.
All right, I think we had fun.
Yeah. All right. So actually, we got a few questions, and one of the question is regarding the. 1 second. I saw it. 1 second. It's a lot of questions today, so that's why it's a little bit hard on my side. Oh, it's a lot of nagged guys here. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. What is NFT? It's an obvious question. We're gonna ask it because some people really don't know what is NFT. So, can someone answer it for people in the audience?
It's a picture. It's a JPEG.
Art on the blockchain.
Yeah.
Or JPEGs, images on the blockchain.
Yeah.
It's like Bitcoin with a JPEG.
So we're selling JPEGs here. Awesome. That's
Dude,
fine. And
I made a lot of money selling JPEGs last week. I'm just going to point out. I probably made more money selling JPEGs than I did with any of my other activities combined.
Really? Wow.
all right.
There's one. It says, Jamie, are you going to do WSB tokens? Currently, there's no staking program. I don't understand the question because I can interpret it a couple different ways, but I'll just point out that there is a staking there is a farming / liquidity yield farming, whatever. You can currently create these liquidity pools and you get rewarded by them. They're going to end pretty soon, but I have no doubt we're going to transition that into some other rewards for people that want to stake or at least do that same effect.
Right. And one more thing. Oh, yes, I actually got it in Telegram, so I can't pull it here. Right. Yes, regarding the wait. It should be somewhere there. Nah, I lost it. Sorry. So we had no more question. Oh, no, we actually have one more. Jamie, can you answer? Nah, I lost it finally. Sorry, guys. That was a little bit in rush, so I couldn't find it.
We're good. You gave us the comedic relief that we were in much need for. So you've served your purpose. Great job with the setup. Drop the mic.
Wonderful. Meow, meow.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right, guys. Does anyone have anything they'd like to add to close this out in terms of community updates and things to look forward to?
Yep.
We're all good? All right, good. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for taking the time and for spilling the beans, having a few slip-ups. It's been perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
That's what podcasts are made of. All right, so thanks to everyone, to the community. Thank you for joining us. Join us weekly, participate, engage, share, and follow us on both the YouTube WSBDApp channel and the Twitter channel. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks. Bye.
I know.
Bye.